Hi there and hello. It's a double dose of flow. Hi there and hello. It's a double dose of flow. Ryan, are you here? Hello. It's a double dose of flow. Hi there and hello. Are y'all here for real? It's a double dose of flow. In traffic, you better keep them hands on 10 and 2. You better keep them hands on 10 and 2, baby. Okay? you better you better keep it's a double dose. For some people. Hi. Tickle Me Velour's in the house. Hi, April. How's the salon going? You better keep them hands on 10 and 2. You better keep them motherfucking hands on 10 and 2. You better keep them hands on 10 and 2, child. How was your day? Well, tell me after you get to where you're going. How was your day working? She works hard for the money. So hard for it, honey. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right. Hopefully you ain't working hard, though. She works hard for the money. So hard for it, honey. She works hard for the money, so you better... You know, the weather is the weather. The weather is the weather. The weather is the weather. Oh, Atlanta. I understand. Hot Atlanta. I told you. I did a little over a year in Atlanta. And let me tell you something. There's nothing like Atlanta traffic to piss you off, okay? Welcome to everybody in the space. You're loved and lovable. It's so good to see y'all today. How am I? You know, just like all of you, I experience all types of weather. Sometimes it's the sun is shining. Sometimes it's storming. Sometimes there's a tornado. Sometimes there's hurricanes. Sometimes there's a blizzard. I experience all sorts of weather. And I'm experiencing all of the weather, you know? Storms come, and then the sun comes out. Winds blow, and then we have calm seas. And I've taught you all in the network about signal versus noise. There are things in life that are signal things that we need to take care of and pay attention to today. Those are action items and people and opportunities. And then there's just a lot of noise in life. And if you spend your time paying attention to noisy situations and noisy people, you will be FUCK'd. So how am I today? I'm ignoring the distractions that would keep me away from what I know is for me. If you act out in here, I'll ignore you too, April. Act out if you want to. I'll ignore you too. God and Dr. Flo, it's no respecter of persons. I don't care who you are. If you're not trying to encourage, equip, and empower the bold dreams of bold believers, I ain't got nothing to talk to you about. And would you believe me if I told you that people get really offended when I get dry? I thought Dr. Flo was this kind of way. I thought Andre was this kind of way. He's different than I thought. I get dry. I get dry on everything. TikTok audience, I don't care. I get dry. I can get real quiet and shy and dry on people who ain't talking about positive things. And listen, like I told you, we all have storms. We're gonna talk about the storm for a little bit. We'll talk about the storm for a little bit. But eventually, after talking about the storm, I'm gonna hand you an umbrella. Because you don't wanna get wet, do you? You don't want to stay wet, do you? Eventually, you're going to have to come out wherever you are. Now, I have a new format today, and you all can answer for yourselves. I've been working on some things because, I don't stop moving forward. And thank you, Ryan writes to you, for following. That's kind. You know what I say about following, right, Ryan? And please keep your eyes on that traffic. Don't follow me because I may not lead. Don't lead me because I may not follow. Just walk with me through life as a friend, and I will see you at the top. Thanks for the TikTok follow, though, but I'm not sure that I'm the best person to follow. I am the best at what I do, but I'm not sure that I'm the best to follow because some days I just don't feel like leading. Anybody else in the room just don't feel like it sometimes? The one thing a black person will judge you for is ashy knees and ashy lips. And even though I have nothing to prove, protect, hide, or defend, I don't want something. My friends don't care. My real friends don't care. But the one thing okay? Okay? My real friends don't care. But the one thing y'all not going to judge me for is having ashy knees and ashy lips. And didn't that bring them back to life? Thank you, Angie, for this tropical pineapple Burt's. Angie gave me Burt's in like 12 different flavors. What are y'all going through today? Say something interesting to me. The only way, I was teaching it the other day in my marketing class. I was teaching in my marketing class that the only way that you can be interesting to people is if you're interested in what they got going on. And vice versa. The only way that people will be interesting to you is if they're interested. I think I said that the right way. And so what y'all got going on beyond the hello, how are you? Which, great, and hello, how are you is a great entrance into a deeper exploration of life. But what else you got to keep me interested so that you will be interesting? A lot of people in life are out here like, I want to connect with more business. I want to grow my life. I want to have more friends. What's the book say? I want to win friends and influence people. You got to be interested to be interesting. Anyway, I got some confessional questions that I pulled because I want to stop by for a little bit every day to speak from my heart about what's going on with me and what's happening for me. Number one, thank you, Ryan, Tara, and April for showing up for your lives and showing up for Love in Action Network. We're really finally pushing out of our own way and getting some amazing stuff done. And the transformation that's happening within people in the network is, I would say it's mind-blowing, except that I believe in the power of intention. I really do. You're welcome. That was a girl, baby girl. That was a deep dive in our private. Dr. Flo is talking in the first person like a crazy person. Dr. Flo, I am not afraid to go into the deep. There's a lot of people, they don't want to talk about politics. They don't want to talk about religion. They don't want to talk about trauma. They don't want to talk about fear or what scares them. The things that scare you don't scare me. And the things that scare me probably don't scare you, right? I know, it was a doozy. I'll never tell. I'll never tell. It was a doozy. I got off the phone today feeling like, wow. I woke up this morning for that conversation. I put my feet on the floor just to have that conversation with you, with Bev, with the morning peer support group. Shout out to y'all in the morning peer support group. Y'all are doing the work. Y'all are showing up daily in the gymnasium of life, and y'all are doing the work. Unafraid to just say some things and just lifting it off of your chest and putting it outside. Like Bev this morning was like, can I just burden y'all? I said, burden me, baby. Burden me. Burden me. Some of us were meant to help people carry their loads, and it doesn't feel like Dr. Flo, I would hate to bother you. I'm like, making sure that you have a brighter end than your beginning doesn't bother me. What would bother me is having a soul family member or friend who doesn't get all of the juice out of their life fruit because of fear or paranoia or what the Buddha would call self-hatred, self-anger, and self-delusion. We came to this life to get free for real. And I'm passing some personal tests. Yes. Yes. Share the load. Share the load. When I go to the grocery store with my partner, I don't carry all of the bags home by myself. I don't unload the car by myself. I used to tell Tara, I was like, why, even in Love and Action Network as a mission and ministry, why would I do all of this by myself? Why would I? Yeah, personal test. Like you couldn't even, like, I guess in high school, some people had other people do their homework and write their essays. I wrote my ex-husband's master's degree. I wrote his entire master's degree because he wanted to get through it. It was stressing him out, so it was stressing me out. So I wrote it all. Some people operate that way in life, but in order for him to truly get the knowledge and for me to get the knowledge from life, I gotta do my own homework. I gotta pass my own test. And I'm not sure if you know about this yet, April, but throughout the network now, people are actually getting homework from me. And people are doing the homework. And by people, I'm talking about I'm talking about Tara, and I'm talking about Ryan. Trust no one's research, but listen. When you start to realize that you have all of the inner wisdom inside of you right now to get your life done, things will really shift. A lot of people are waiting for the news to come or the information to come. Everything that you need is already inside of you right now. Everything. And like I told you the other day, Ryan, and I told the class, we're moving out of the research phase of life. Have you noticed that you're moving from research to practicum? You have thumbed through the research library of your life long enough. Now it's time to do something with the acquired knowledge. What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside that trunk? I'm gonna get you drunk. Get you love drunk off my humps. My humps, my humps. My humps, my humps, my humps. I probably can't even say that word here. But I'm quoting a song, you guys. It's Black Eyed Peas. Pardon. If they do remove my presence, you know I'll pop up somewhere else. I'm kind of like a whack-a-mole. I just appear in all the spaces. So I've got some questions today that I'm going to answer. Maybe you can answer them as well. This is a new feature from well, there's a couple things rolling out. One of the things that's rolling out right now is our 24/7 informational and inspirational live stream. It's rolling right now. If you go to our website and you click on the top link, you'll see the affirmations and the information just rolling off. This is a 24-hour operation here where no matter where you are on the planet, you can get information for your healing and wellness and a little bit of affirmation to pick you up. I believe that everybody needs high fives. Anybody else in the room enjoys a high five? I love a high five in the marathon of life. And Love and Action Network gives that. Ooh, the Mormon boys are leaving. They're going to save someone's soul. The redhead always wears the tightest khakis, and it's just a wonderful show. There's a redhead Mormon boy. He wears the tightest khakis. And it is the best show. But they don't even believe that black people, they don't even believe in black people. Did y'all know that? That for decades, Mormon people believed that black people were a curse. And they're still kind of untangling that. Them and Gladys Knight, they're still trying to untangle that the skin is the curse. But don't worry about it. Everybody, no matter what you look like and where you came from, all of us are worthy and all of us are loved and lovable. And we're falling in love with ourselves day by day. Share the live. It's something you can do for free to put this network and content in front of your faves. The first question that I want to talk about today, and maybe you'll answer for yourself in the comments as well. And once again, the informational and inspirational lives. Thank you, Ryan. I see the repost. Thank you. That helps us grow here for free. I really appreciate that. Your time, talent, and your treasure. You're amazing. The informational and inspirational live is 24/7 is one of the newest offerings here. And this is something that I tried to share with other business leaders and other community leaders about how to get the message out. Because I want people to know about Love and Action Network and what we're doing even when I'm sleeping. And last night, right before I went to bed, I started the 24-hour live stream. It's still going, and it's letting people know that we exist. And not that we exist for bullshit, but that we're here for love. In these times, October 13th, 2025, I'm sitting here out in one of my favorite times of the day, standing in myself, anchored in love, putting my vibration into the algorithm about what I care about. Sure, we know what the president cares about. We know what the celebrities care about. Someone said the other day online that celebrities are mascots for capitalism. And I can't forget that celebrities, Beyonce and them, are mascots for capitalism. We know what they care about. Ryan, didn't we spend weeks watching Cardi B and Nicki Minaj fight? We know what vibration they're on. Why are we as light workers holding ourselves back and not letting our great I am come out into the planet? What are we scared of? What do we think is going to happen to us? Do we think we're going to turn into vapor? Do we think someone's going to come and knock down our door because we choose love? Are we afraid of being bullied and intimidated by people who don't have anything going for themselves but complaining and saying mean-spirited things to the other? We have a higher vibration. We are the light in this world. Us together. April, Tara, Ryan, these bugs that are eating me. We are the light. We are the salt that adds flavor to a very bland society who wants to rip us apart inside. But we're not going with that. I've been teaching in the clubhouse room about the propaganda of unworthiness. How we have sat down at the buffet of unworthiness. I'm not good enough. I don't look good enough. I'm too big. I'm too small. I'm too tall. I'm too short. I'm too loud. I'm too quiet. I'm too smart. I'm too dumb. And then we allow all of these things as we eat it to make us sick. I don't want to be sick no more. My addictions made me sick. And there came a point where I just had to put it down. I'm not fighting with anybody. We wrestle not, April. Come on. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. I'm not fighting you to be great in this life. I'm not wrestling you. Especially, I'm not chasing you. I'm not wrestling you. I'm not running behind you. I'm not dragging you. I have embraced, let me tell you something. Real talk. These ideas we have are dragging us, or we feel like we need to drag people to the water and make them drink. I'm not dragging you to the well of peace. I'm not making you drink hope and love and joy. Drink what you're drinking. Drink what you're drinking. If it's good to you and it's making you feel good, cheers. If it's making you ill, choose a different choice. But I'm no longer wrestling and fighting with people for their freedom. There are those of us over in these little pockets because that's what the algorithm wants. The algorithm wants us in a little corner with 2 or 3 people raising the vibration. That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take it. If I had to choose between sitting at a table in life, because y'all know I teach that high school never ends. If I had to choose between sitting at a table of people who are bickering and fighting, low vibrational, complaining, worried, put me at the table with the few who want to have a nice day. Today, April asked me how I was doing. This morning, Jesus wasn't the only one tempted, baby. I was tempted this morning to disrupt my entire flow. Now, you know they call me Flow, right? I was tempted this morning to disrupt my entire flow for some nonsense. Wholeness Angie, welcome to the party. You're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable. You're always going to be loved and lovable. And how you feel today about your loved and lovable nature is going to determine the entire outpicturing of your entire existence. Positive, negative, neutral. The universe is impartial. Money is impartial. Money doesn't have feelings. The universe doesn't have feelings. The universe doesn't have feelings. It's responding to your vibration. It's responding to your attitude, girl. The universe doesn't, I don't want to say the universe doesn't care about you, but it ain't thinking about you. We really have some strong egos. We think that the universe, we think that the sun rose this morning and is setting because we said so. Try dying. Try unaliving. Don't unalive yourself, but try crossing the Rainbow Bridge and see if the sun stops moving. My daddy died over 8 years ago, I think it is now. Yeah, about 7 or 8 years ago, my father passed. As they say, I don't know what he passed to or what he passed through, but he passed, girl. Maybe he passed class, or maybe he passed gas. Who fucking knows? He's gone. Did the sun stop moving in the last 7 years for you guys? I'll wait. Put a 1 in the chat if the sun stopped moving. Put a 2 in the chat if it didn't give a fuck. The money doesn't care. Thank you. Thank you. Also, commenting And tapping on TikTok now gives you a gifter badge. You can get gifts and you can rank just by tapping and by commenting and saying things to me. It'll rank you. It'll just put you in line. Like, oh my God, April really cares today. And then Tara's competitive, so she'll try to beat everybody, but it's good. It's good for her. Because what we're really trying to compete at Love in Action Network is how much we love ourselves. I know you do. Beyonce said, I care. I know you do. I know you do. You wouldn't be giving me your time, talent, or treasure if you didn't. You have nothing to prove, protect, hide, or defend. I'm just saying, like, for the algorithm, the tapping and the comments and the engagement tells them that you care. I know you care. You gave me dead presidents. I know you care. I never doubted it. You put the Washingtons on my lap. You put the dollars in my hand. I know y'all care. Angie, I put your Burt Bees on earlier. I don't want to grease these lips too much, but Angie, y'all have shown me that you care about me. Now is the time for you to care about you and for us to care about us. It's a different anointing. It's a different vibration now. Thank you for being here. I've changed. Can you tell that I've changed? We got another live stream going out at 6:15, Tara. It just refreshed. So the television station just reset. Listen, no, this is what I'm talking about. This is my kind of carrying on. Everybody got one, Angie. Everybody got one. Put on your heels. And the girl in the club that's got the biggest fupa. I can't tell you what a fupa is, but some of y'all know what a fupa is. The girl with the biggest fupa, Angie, gets the most money. You think it's a skinny bitch. Okay? You think it's a skinny bitch that's getting the most money. I promise you, the girl with the biggest fupa is getting the biggest moolah. Okay? I can't stay long today, y'all. I don't even know where we are on time. It'll tell me. But don't doubt yourself and your gifts. Don't do that. Don't doubt how awesome you are. Don't doubt your access. I can't say what Angie says on here because I'm on stage, but put your heels on and start dancing for your life. I, too, just like millions of people, got discouraged into depression. I forgot how awesome I am. And let me tell y'all something today on Dr. Flo's Confessional. Angie, this is a new offering for me. It's called Dr. Flo's Daily Confessional. It's like MTV Real World. I'm just gonna show up every day. I got about 200 questions I can pick from. I'll just pick a question and we'll start talking. You can tell me how you feel too. Right now we're talking about heels with goldfish in them. Right now we're talking about heels with goldfish in them. You can also talk about the fact that Angie got prescribed bifocals today, a few days after talking about the gray hair that's growing out my face. I said, her karma came quick. But she did try to help me in Walmart. I was having a breakdown in Walmart with these kids in my family. And I was like, I said, Angie. I know. You did. Angie wasn't giving me no problem. She actually wanted me. But I was having an issue. And the whole conversation was about, like, aging. And, like, dear God. And then after having a casual conversation with Angie about the aging process, I guess talking to Angie about aging made her age a few years on the phone call. She just turned the new age on Friday. Girl, you better slow down. You better pump the brakes because Angie, I'm joking. Angie wants me to turn gray. She thinks I'm gonna be like Sexy fox style. I want to wake up one morning and have it all gray. Yeah, it's Angie's birthday last Friday. We love her so much. But I called her on Snapchat and I said, which dye products should I get? And she's trying to act like she ain't talk no shit to me. Wait, I was all about the gray. What she said was, Dr. Flo, don't you dare dye your beard if you're not going to dye your whole head. Because what you're not going to do is have a dark beard and a light head. I was like, Angie, I don't have no signal in this Walmart. And I think my life is falling apart because I was on Snapchat and my face turned gray while I was in the Snapchat. She said, Dr. Flo, step away from the hair dye. Let life have you. Exactly. That's what she said. Right. She was supportive of the gray. Let me be clear. She was supportive of the gray, but she was like, you gonna look crazy. She talked her fair share of shit. You know, y'all know I'm hyperbolic and dramatic too. She talked her fair share of shit. She was like, if you don't get your ass out of the hair dye department because you're gonna have a jet black beard and then the rest of you's gonna look different. You don't want that, Dr. Flo. So I had to accept with Angie on Snapchat, even though they say I'm too old for Snapchat and I use it every day, I had to accept that the grays are coming into my life, which means that Angie is going to accept her bifocals because that's karma. It is what it is. It is what it is. She had no problem telling me to accept my old age on a horrible signal in Walmart looking at L'Oreal. Did you know April, who is one of our resident beauty consultants, did you know that you're supposed to get the stuff that's in that has white people on it instead of the black people? Because apparently the black people stuff don't last as long. So Angie was like, Dr. Flo, I don't think this is a good idea, but whatever you do, get the one with the white people on it. It lasts longer. I said, damn. Can an Afro-Indigenous human get a break? See? Y'all been holding out on me? Y'all been holding out on me? Y'all have been holding out on me. I almost bought the one that had a person like me on it. It doesn't last as long, they say. Ain't that about a bitch? Yeah. Yeah, she said, get the one with the white people on it. It's gonna last longer. I had no wisdom in the first place, Tara. I'm just a human like you. I'm gonna die rich, though. I'm in no competition with my dead daddy, but I've certainly had a very enriched life. I tell my friends and those close to me that I have lived an enchanted life, and I don't let anybody try to convince me that my life isn't amazing. And trust me, April asked me how I was doing earlier. There are people in my life at times who try to convince me that I'm not fabulous and that my life as it stands isn't amazing. And it is. It really is. You take the good, what is it? You take the good, you take the bad, you take the happy, you take the sad. That's the facts of life. And how we engage the facts of our lives and how we love what is, pleasant or unpleasant. Look at your life right now. Do you want to receive it as pleasant or unpleasant? People come into these lives. I interface with thousands of people. I talk to thousands of people on this app and in the world every month. And people walk away not wanting to engage the wisdom that's coming out of my pores as gray. I do not care anymore. I used to get really sad, April. No one's coming to my TikTok. No one's coming to my Clubhouse. No one's coming to my peer support. This shit ain't personal. This shit ain't personal. If a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? If I'm happy in my life, loved and lovable, and there's nobody around to witness it, am I still happy, loved, and lovable? Put a 1 in the chat if you think I'm still happy, loved, and lovable with or without people watching me. Put a 2 in the chat if you think I should care. And me caring, I see you. Me caring was the mother of all of my fuck-ups. And I would encourage y'all today, as we encourage, equip, and empower each other in this live, I'm just here to elevate you. How long have I been here? 35 minutes. I'll do about 15 more, maybe. I won't be here too long today. I'm here for a fun time, not a long time. I want to encourage you to live your life in your wholeness and your fullness. Yes, they will have opinions. Yes, they will watch. They'll watch you on lives. They'll watch you in your real life. They'll have so many things to say. But don't you want the joy, baby? Don't you want that inspiration? Are you aligned with yourself? Are you safe? Are you inspired? So, what's really been on my heart lately about the work I'm called to do? What's really been on your heart lately about the work that you're called to do? Y'all, I really fought the stream of my life for decades. And part of what's happening in this like contrived midlife crisis that I'm performing for y'all, my grace, is that I can't go back into my 20s and take back the struggle bus trips that I took. I spent 2 decades fighting my flow. I spent 2 decades at war with myself. I was sexy, loved and lovable, with an amazing personality and a tight ass the whole time. BDE, can't say it on here. BDE the whole time. And I fought that magic. I wouldn't allow myself to have the fullness and the love and the magnitude of who I was. I was afraid that being big in the world was going to offend somebody. Guess what? It's going to offend most people. People don't even want to look you in the eyes in the grocery store. Come on. The cashier that checked me out last night, I'm calling her Care Bear. She said, I'm Care Bear. Nice to meet you. I said, here's a card. Come into Love in Action Network. We want to love you as you are. She can't hear and she's blind. She's in a state, child. I started talking to her. How you doing? I said, what you going through? She said, I can't hear and I can't see. I said, wow, Loretta. Wow. I said, well, what do you love about yourself? We started talking about it. She loves the gays. She thinks cis men are, she saw my mouth moving, Tara. Come on. She saw my mouth moving in her direction. I said that she was deaf and blind, not dumb. She can't see well. She's a cashier. Come on. Oh my God. I can't. She saw well enough to beep. She was differently abled. But she said she went on a date. I collect stories and perspectives. She said she went on a date with a guy and she told him that she couldn't hear well and she couldn't see well. He said, well, that's not a, he's like, what else do you offer? Because that's not a lot from my gene pool. And of course, subsequently, she didn't see him again. But what a rude mofo. I told her, you dodged a bullet with that one. Because even though his gene pool may be able to hear and see, he's a dumbass. So you win. You really do win. But we shared, and all this happened while we were checking out about 80 some dollars in groceries. So it doesn't take a lot of time to connect with people. You just got to be honest, open, willing, and available. And what's really been on my heart lately about the work that I'm called to do is that what I do and what I teach and what I am called to teach to the world is universal love and truth. You all in the room can already feel it. There is a change happening. I love you, Tara. It's good to see you. There is a massive change happening in my life. It's shifting the table. Everyone in my life, Tara, Poppy, Poppy's mom, his sisters, all of you in the space, it's a change, baby. This is the reason why, though, a lot of people don't accept or embrace their change, because when you change, your community changes. When you change, people have to relate to you differently. When you change, it's like a stone in the pond. It just ripples out. And you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision about whether you want to deal with that ripple or not. And a lot of people, to keep from dealing with the ripple. Anybody? Oh, I got a yes already. Oh, I can feel my help coming. I can feel my help coming. See the grays in the eyebrows? We're just accepting it. When you throw a stone into the pond of your life, that ripple hits the people who are closest to you first and then moves out into the world. For those of you in the room who want reach, I'm not talking about reach for popularity's sake, because everybody knows that TikTok live streamers make about 2 cents per gift. It's not a lot of money. The people that have large followings, they're making like pennies. I'm not talking about reach or ripple for popularity's sake. I'm talking about being a world changer for yourself. And then that's going to hit the people closest to you, and then eventually it will get out to the people that you may or may not want to reach. But it starts with a change in you. It starts with putting the stone in the pond. And I see you out there. I see you, April, with your health and wellness. I see you, Angie, with your novelties and believing in yourself and your family and making changes in your relationships. I see you, Ryan, talking your shit and writing amazing books that express all kinds of unique ideas and things you've never heard before. I see you all. I see you going deeper into the well of yourself and your emotions. And what I'm really learning about my heart and the work that I'm called to do is that it's a universal love and truth. I talked about it this morning in the clubhouse room. I'm a liberator. It's not just good enough for me to be out here in my freedom, because y'all know, my team tells me all the time, and my besties tell me all the time, Dr. Flo, you could forget about these people and just be fabulous on your own. Yes, I could forget about these people and be fabulous on my own, except that I think it's a joy to have loved and lovable community. I think it's a joy to be able to have so much love inside of you that you can afford to give it away. I think that is amazing. There are people out here looking like they lost an earring. There are people out here, Ryan, I love you. Take care, April. Text me. There are people out here looking around on the ground for love like the back of an earring. 404-585-1278, April. 404-585-1278. Use it or lose it. There are people out here looking around for love. Meanwhile, some of us have so much of it, we can afford to give it away for free. That's a change. And if you're listening to this on the replay later and you want that radical change in your life for yourself, 404-585-1278. Use it or lose it for love. 404-585-1278 is my number. Welcome, hero. I know who you are. I know who you are. It's good to see you too. Gracias por venir. You're loved and lovable. And so we are awakening on the planet. There are people whose parents said some really mean things to them, and their families said some mean things to them. It's so good to see you. I see you. I see you. I'll never tell who you are. I'll never tell who you are. It'll be our little secret. There are people out here who have been abandoned and harmed by family, religious institution, educational systems, lovers, betrayed by people who said that they wanted to honor them and their gifts. And I'm realizing that the Love and Truth and Love and Action Network and the people in Love and Action Network is going to start that healing ripple. That's what's really been on my heart lately about the work I'm called to do. How can I start a healing ripple? I'll answer one more. What's inspiring my art right now? And let me know in the chat. I'd love for the artists and creatives and entrepreneurs in the room to let me know what's going on for you. What's inspiring my art right now? Love. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. Whatever you're going through today, love is the answer. And joy is the key that unlocks the door to love. And what's inspiring me right now is that I'm looking back over my life and I'm seeing that every time I open the door to supportive love, I'm talking about my best friend Ernest, the white boy on the playground who saw people not appreciating me or trying to bully me or not accept my love flow and protecting me. What's inspiring my art right now? A protective kind of love. Have you noticed that some people will love you and leave you vulnerable? And we all have busy lives and things going on, but have you noticed that some people will say, I'm gonna protect you. I'm gonna protect you, Dr. Flo. I got your back. But then when the goons come or when the troublemakers come, they're like, oh my God, I didn't even see my text. Hear me when I say, I know who's for me. That's inspiring my art. April, Tara, Hero Minnie, Dolly, Poppy, Ryan, Angie, if I didn't say your name already. Y'all have covered me in love. You've wrapped me in a cocoon of love so that no matter what's happening outside, I can still do my work. That when the daggers of jealousy and discontent and ego comes, and when the hurting people start bleeding onto everything and everybody, Dr. Flo, you're loved and lovable, man. You teach it, you give it to us, we give it right back. You're gonna be okay. That's a gift. And it's inspiring my art. I want to sing about it. I want to dance about it. I want to write about it. I want to coach about it. I want to mentor about it. I want to go live about it. I'm finally, after 30 plus years of feeling unprotected in my love, I'm finally being backed by some amazing soldiers of love. People who look around and go, oh no, she's not going to last here very long. He's not going to last here very long. They're not going to last here very long if they don't get behind you and your love flow authentically. It just hit me that my story almost follows the turn of events since the most recent. Oh, yeah. Well, here's part of that. Artists respond. Artists and creatives, which is why you're in the programs, we have a responsibility. We have the ability to respond. This is why throughout all of time, the artists have always been under fire and always neglected at times. We're not neglecting ourselves anymore, but this is why we have been neglected. It's because we have the ability to respond to tyranny and oppression. We say, even though you want to put us in cuffs and chains, we are going to speak our stories anyway. Yeah. But the story, I got to read this for the people who are listening back in the podcast. Ryan Wrights 2 says, it's crazy because I started this story almost 2 years ago. Yeah. You don't believe in prophecy? I used to work with a young lady who tried to get me fired because I would wink at her on stage. I would wink at her on stage because she wasn't really secure about her singing. And so as I'm singing to her, I'd be like, she's like, he's making me uncomfortable when he winks at me. I'm like, all right, I'll stop winking at her. And boy, did the notes get worse. You are. That story, I'll be back tomorrow, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. That story was seeking to come through you before you even needed it, before we needed it. Clairvoyance, prophesying with your art. There are many who prophesy with their art. That's why artists and creatives are so powerful. Hey, Ash, long time no see. Another amazing writer. Another amazing writer and friend of the network. It's good to see you, Ash Van Otterloo. Hey, we haven't connected deeply since the pandemic. Another amazing, award-winning queer writer of purpose and promise. Her brother and I went to undergrad together. It's good to see you, Ash. How's life? How are you? Loved and lovable. Another prophet. And I know that Ash has a religious, traumatic upbringing like myself. And we're still prophets. We're trying to show these motherfuckers that love is the answer and that joy is the key. That no matter who you love, how you express in your body, no matter how you present as love and life, you are worthy, you are enough, you are loved and lovable. And they try to ban Ash's books. You want to talk about being a prophet and being a rebel? Ash has books that get banned. Ryan, they've tried to wipe Ash off the face of the literary earth because the characters in her stories love everybody and profess that love. Okay? Yes. Yes. Look up Ashman Arderloo. A personal friend. So yeah, I'm glad y'all came today. I think we've been here for about an hour. I'm starting this new series called Dr. Flo's Daily Confessionals. I'll be on TikTok as often as I can be. You know that Darth Vader and them are trying to silence us. But we're not. We're not going anywhere. I love you, Ash. Stop by anytime. Always love over here, baby. Always love over here. We are bridging this. We don't look nothing alike, and we have very vastly different stories of our lives, but we're bridging love. And send me a text, 404-585-1278. 404-585-1278. Send me a text so I can put you on the podcast so these people can see how brilliant your ass is. Okay? Any closing thoughts from the audience today as Ash goes to get the COVID shot, which I can't talk about on here. I forgot about that. You can't talk about any types of SHOTs over here. It's controversial. In fact, I should end this live. Stay in your power, stay in your joy, stay loved and lovable. Talk to you soon. Bye.